The Last of Us Season 1 is now done. Let's talk about what this show was about. After a global pandemic destroys civilization, a hardened survivor takes charge of a 14-year-old girl whose humanity last hope. Okay, that's a stupid, cheesy synopsis, but this film, or this show, is starring Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie. So I just want to break down and let you guys know about this. I'm not going to be reviewing every single episode, and that's part of the reason why I didn't review or have a video every single episode it came out. I'd rather review the whole season or the series as a whole, and that's what we're going to do right now. And let's get the minor negatives out of the way first. Let's talk about the DLC episode that basically is Joel, or basically it's Ellie's backstory with her friend Riley. Personally, that episode for me just didn't work, and I think that was the weakest episode out of the whole season 1. This is a slow show, right? But for some reason, this episode went even slower, and I just wasn't invested in what was going on. And I love the character of Ellie by this point. I think it was episode 7. It just really dragged for me, and it's a minor nitpick about the show, but I just wasn't invested in this episode at all. And the second negative is the runtime for the season finale. I was very disappointed that it wasn't even an hour. It was 42 minutes, and come on, this is the last episode, and it's going to be the last episode for at least a year or two. Could have made it at least an hour and 15 minutes or something. But with that being said, this show is fucking awesome. Let's talk about everything I love. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey nail these characters of Joel and Ellie. They are phenomenal. They show so much emotion. They are badass, and I cannot wait to see more of them in season 2 and the future to come. They're awesome. They nailed it. Their chemistry, their duo, I love it, everything about it. I'm going to let you guys know that I haven't completed the Last of Us game at all yet. I'm going to be doing that in a couple weeks, and I'll be streaming it as well. But I will say, I know what happens in most of the parts of the game. I had it spoiled for me, so I can judge it off of that, but I have not played the game, so this is a whole critic standpoint, I guess you would say. But let's talk about the action. Your action in this fucking show does not feel like your average CGI mess. The action feels like quality. There's like practical effects mixed with CGI, and that's what makes it stand out the best. And I have to say, with this whole show, it feels like a rich budget, and it just doesn't seem artificial to me like an average CGI show, like, I don't know, Mandalorian, I hate to say, even though I love that even though I love that show as well. It feels so rich in quality. I don't know why it does, but I'm so happy it does. It's more on the level of how Andor felt, basically. I gotta also say, the immersive experience of the apocalyptic world is there. You have that aspect. You have them walking in all dirt on the street, fucking tree vines growing on buildings collapsing. You have the fireflies. You have all the raiders. You really get immersed into this Last of Us world that I was so happy to say that you do. But the amount of emotion that this show has is phenomenal, and that's where it really shines. The dynamics between Joel and Ellie, the dynamics between Sarah and Joel, his daughter. I knew right by the first episode we're in for something special. The amount of emotion that I got when Joel's daughter died right in front of him, it's something. And then the Bill and Frank episode, what a fucking emotional fest that episode was too. The show is really depressing at times. It really is. But I have to say though, the action doesn't feel like average CGI, and it's the best visual effects that I've seen in a while. Great cinematography, phenomenal cinematography, and they got the guy that scored the game to come and score the show, and he did a phenomenal job as well. And especially with like the designs of the clickers, and they're gross as fuck, they're sick as fuck. They're gross, but they're sick as fuck. They're awesome. They're really cool, the designs that they look. They look like it's practical makeup. It doesn't look like any CGI fest besides the big bulldozer guy in episode 5, I believe it was, or 6. Besides that though, just everything. You can tell that this doesn't feel like you're on a green screen. It feels like you're out in the wilderness. You're out on you're on horseback, you're traveling through all Kansas City, stuff like that. It feels legit, and that's what I really respected about the show. I will have to admit, I was very nervous about the show. I'm a big fan of Pedro Pascal, and I wanted this show to be immersive and a great watch. I really did, and I have to say that it exceeded my expectations in every single way. And the finale, yes, the finale was short, but the finale was perfect. It's what I would want. I just wanted it a little bit longer, and from what I've heard, we didn't even get across the first game yet. So I'm expecting a season 2 and a 3 at least to cover up the first game. Hopefully, I don't think I want to see Last of Us Part 2. Just saying. I've heard a lot of shit about it. I haven't played the game myself. I probably will play it eventually, but I just want everything done correctly, and it's looking that way, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy to say that. But either way, guys, The Last of Us Season 1 exceeded my expectations in any single way. The amount of motion is packed in this, the action, the immersive experience, the designs of the world, the cinematography, the score, a beautiful fucking story that was taken from the game but elevated from turning to a game to a show. Elevated, and it really has engaging, interesting characters. They're done all well. They're done well, excellently. They have sick action and disgusting clickers that are in there as well. But like I said, this is a must watch. And for me, by far, the best show of 2023. And I have to give The Last of Us Season 1 a 9.5 out of 10. I cannot wait for Season 2. And it's probably going to be a year or two when it comes out, which sucks. But I just can't wait to get back into this world, guys. Let me know your thoughts below on The Last of Us Season 1. Do you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one.